What's up, YouTube? Welcome back. Jale here. We're continuing the Oxygen Not Included gameplay. We're picking out our new duplicate, and hopefully we get something good here. Let's see what duplicate we get here. Not a whole lot of great options here. We could do supplying, doctoring, operating, digging, building, or we could just have somebody who's great at operating. The overjoyed response is super productive. Small bladder, not horrible. But probably the best option we have here. We have more skills to assign. Anyone coming out? Likes to operate. So they will be another tinkerer for us. Get something else researching here. Decide what the next important thing is. It's probably say temperature modulation in this area, which means we need to get an advanced research station down. Supercomputer. We don't need a skill scrubber yet. Well, those powers are on the same one. That power is over there. This one has its own power. Make sure we bump up the priority on her. We'll probably... How is it that you are the worst? Literally the worst. Can somebody save him? Protect him from himself? Get out of there. I don't understand how you can be that bad, but, you know. So, it says we have insufficient oxygen. I'm not too worried about that. We're still overly oxygen rich here. It's probably because this is at max gas pressure and that one's staying pretty high up there. Probably we'll build one more up before we start getting the surrounding our base with insulated tiles. That way we can stop losing out on all this heat that we need. Stuff is going. Make that a slightly higher priority so they get the poop out of the bathroom. They're still cleaning that stuff up. We'll have them all sweep a little bit more when we get going. So I know we'll need a potted plant, we'll need this, and that can be considered a break room. As soon as we dig some of this out too. Still have a good amount of calories, mostly muck roots, a little bit of nutrient bars. So ready to harvest. Set to harvest. And we're going to bump these priorities back up a little bit. But it looks like all the piping is built. We just need the power going. Extra slot here, so we're just going to do airflow tiles there. We have food poisoning because nobody's emptying this one out. So nobody's washing their hands. It's great. They'll get over that soon. Won't have to worry about emptying it once we get the real sink in there. Polluted water, yeah. So we have water to put away. Really would feel bad for you if, you guys would just do what you need to do. It's not actually connected in. So it means make a quick trip over there and do that. They'll stop being sick eventually. I think we'll end up making this one the second food place. Since there's already a hatch over there. But there we go. They're getting things done. Finally getting on to the lower priority stuff. This won't be considered a room until I get the fertilizer maker in, which we can't get yet until we get the research a little bit higher. Looks like she just needs a little bit more advanced stuff on that. After that we'll get up to agriculture just so we can get that bonus from food growth, and then we'll move on to the next lower level one down here as well. Forgot that we're doing that. Cancel those. Cancel all those. This one will do a little bit more streamlined. Generally, I can get away with 2 crops of mealwoods for about 6 to 7 duplicants. Once it really starts going, it'll go a lot faster. But we also really need that agriculture duplicant. I probably should have started with one of those instead of a construction one. They aren't as important. Because people will eventually build what you need to build. We'll put a briarwood seed in there. Just need that to get the decor bonus. Cancel that. Dig out this. Deconstruct that one. And then we really need to find something, another source of fresh water. Somehow. Might end up digging straight down. It looks like we have kind of a mesh biome down there. So we have the polluted stuff, we have the chlorine area, we have a little bit of everything up there. We have a lot of metal around, so we can make this work. I need to finish off that spot. I need to put in the singular spot there. That's fully charged. We can now research a little bit more into food. Dig out this section. Dig up this plant. Actually, we'll dig up all these plants. These will begin producing seeds soon. Actually, a couple of them might have already done that. Then once all the construction is done, we'll get things swept up pretty nicely. Because that'll help with reduce the decor drain that we have going on here. Because that'll matter for their morale later. We have the insulated tiles. We have space heaters, which we're gonna get one stuck down there for now. Because that'll help with both the upper and the lower parts. Dig out these sections. That's one too low. Yeah, that's one too low. And we have another building down there, or another room down there already set up for whenever we decide to go forward on that. And our second set of ladders. I think we'll probably turn these areas into storage as well. Just have them on the edges. They also provide a little bit of insulation. A lot of times they'll have heat in them. Warm materials and whatever else. Fortunately, I'm not really seeing a good direction to go for water. Maybe straight up or straight down. Looks like straight down might be safer, plus I can get a carbon dioxide sink going. Thermals are okay. It's a little cold on this side. At minus 20, the showers will warm that up. Assuming the water doesn't freeze in the pipes. Which can happen. We're going to build an insulated layer on that side. So we have both the new duplicant and some duplicant skills. Let's see here. We have husbandry, which would do okay. We also have medicine. Husbandry would be better at this point, even though it's only 1 point. So Otto here will be doing basic farming for now. The critter ranching will be helpful once we get some more space, because then we'll get hatches, and hatches are good sources of food and great sources for coal. Lindsay here has no morale because ugly decor and horrible meals. But we're not going to worry about that. We're not going to get her to skill up until after she gets her morale up a little bit. Oh, yeah, we need to give him a hat. Everybody needs hats. Hats are important. Hassan's going to get his head trapped in a second if he's not careful. Which means we're going to keep an eye on him because he's going to do something. Okay, he didn't. Hassan is clearly trying to be the dumbest duplicant he can. Alright, well I think that wraps it up for today. Our food's pretty well situated, so if you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing.